Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and these stories come from here in Birmingham in the West Midlands. Thank you to everybody that has shared the story about the former rugby player that killed a paedophile, David Phillips. YouTube will not share these videos, promote them or advertise on them, so it really does rely on you guys, and we've nearly got 100,000 views on that video in one day. This story is really interesting. I thought it comes from the Birmingham Mail. They've interviewed the father who owns a home that was shot up in Small Heath on February the 28th. We briefly covered the story a few days ago, but there was absolutely no footage, no content, no witnesses, no nothing. But from the sounds of the reports and the police, it sounded like a very serious situation. The house was shot up twice, and from this interview that the papers have done with the dad, they find out that it was a shotgun and a handgun that was used in the attack. They said it was a terrified family, and the dad was 35 years old. His wife is pregnant and they've got 3 daughters that was asleep in the house on Finnemore Road when the shooters fired at the downstairs windows, leaving them riddled with bullet holes. Police are hunting the gang responsible for the horrendous attack that left the young family convinced they were going to die. 10 rounds were fired into the house and the gang of 7 fled the scene, leaving the terrified family paralysed with fear. Thankfully, no one was injured in the incident, and police are investigating the shocking and outrageous shooting that easily could have resulted in casualties. But the way it is in Birmingham now, if nobody gets shot or injured, this will barely make the papers. This has only made the papers today because the father has come and spoken to them. And that is also quite unusual as well, because in most shootings, people will not want to communicate with the police. So this may have been a case of mistaken identity. CCTV from outside the house shows the moment the thugs spent 5 minutes trying to get through the front door before giving up and shooting at the property instead. The 35-year-old homeowner, who does not want to be named, said it was a complete mystery as to why they was targeted. The dad, who works as an NHS dentist, said the attack had left his family shaken and they hadn't slept. The whole thing was unexpected and terrifying. I'm not involved in anything unlawful, and I'm a hard-working family man. It's like we're living in a reign of terror in Borsley Green, he said. There has been so many shootings and stabbings, it's like we live in Beirut. We can't take this, we need to feel safe in our own homes. The dad of 3 described the moment his pregnant wife screamed in fear, telling him men were shooting at the house. He said, 1 minute we were all fast asleep, and the next thing I know, I was being shaken awake, and it sounded like bombs were going off. I thought they were going to burst through the door and kill us all. They fired 10 rounds at the house, and it was only when they watched the CCTV back they realised the gang had spent 5 minutes trying to get into the house originally. They appeared to be trying to break the lock of the front door, but they couldn't get in, and they instead left in separate cars. And this definitely highlights the dangers of when you go to do something like this. These people must have genuinely believed that this was the property of somebody that they wanted to cause serious damage or potentially murder, and if they had gotten into that property, they may have killed a totally innocent person, from the sounds of what we're hearing in this interview. The windows and front door were riddled with bullets, and the police came out and the homeowners were in a daze. Security cameras at the address captured the moment that 7 men wielding 2 shotguns and 1 handgun and 4 samurai swords turned up at the house, and they described the absolute nightmare. They said they lived in fear but never had any trouble in the area. West Midlands police confirmed they are looking into the incident and there is an ongoing investigation. But there has been dozens of shootings in that area where nothing ever comes from it. So I wouldn't be surprised if no one's even arrested. I would definitely like to remind people to be careful when you're involved in these situations, because taking an innocent person's life is the last thing I think anybody wants to do. So I thought that was a really interesting story, and I really want to hear what people have to say on it. And in some other Birmingham news as well, Lee Smith was described in court as a reckless driver, and he went through a dramatic police chase in the Birmingham city centre near to Selfridges 2 hours after he'd stolen a Porsche 911. Staffordshire police were alerted to a car key burglary at around 4:15 on the 25th of January, where the Porsche 911 GTS that was race prepared was taken. Road cameras picked up the car heading towards Birmingham, and one of the traffic patrols later spotted it in Moore Street Station in the city centre. The high-performance car sped away and shot through a red light, and the driver, Lee Smith, would soon find out that the rear-wheel drive Porsches don't handle too well on the snowy, icy roads. He spanned the car while speeding round a traffic island, and this allowed patrols to box the 34-year-old in and taser him as he tried ramming his way out. Smith from Stratford Road in Birmingham went on to admit aggravated burglary, taking of a vehicle, dangerous driving, failing to stop for police, and firearm offences. That is because they found him with pepper spray in the car, and that is against the law and classed as a firearm in the UK.
Behind the stolen Porsche, Moore Street, just passing the Selfridges garage. Just confirm, yeah, I'm behind it where I am advanced. I'm in a marked vehicle. My lights are on and they haven't reacted immediately. I've knocked my lights off. Just see what it does. Permission to pursue if it's yeah, through the red. It's now a fail to stop. Speeds are now increasing, Wham. We are now 5-0 as we approach a red light. Wham, he's on the brakes. Wham, he's gone through a red onto the roundabout. As I say, still struggling for traction. Wham, he's going round the roundabout, so it's going to be down towards Highgate. We've approached the roundabout. Oh, Wham, he's had a big slide. It might be a crash here. Stand by.
Yeah, near to the junction with Moseley Road.
Good lad. Good lad. He's ramming us.
Yeah, more units please outside the college.
He appeared at Birmingham Crown Court on the 23rd of February and was jailed for a total of 16 months. The judge banned him from the roads for 3 years and 8 months, and he must pass an extended retake to get his licence back in the future. PC Rich Storer from the traffic unit said that Smith lost control of the Porsche on the slippery road, and it was fortunate that he didn't hurt anybody else. We were lucky to stop him, and an accident was waiting to happen. I really appreciate you joining me for this update, and I really want to hear what people have to say on these stories. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.